Hi everyone, welcome to MJS Coaching Football. Thank you for watching my channel. Coach Sullivan here and I'm defensive coordinator, and I hope your season was as successful as ours was this past 2021. In this presentation, I'd like to talk to you about now 3-4, one of our concepts that's what we call a jailbreak concept. And then within that concept, we call it a sword bob. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the key terms here on the left to help you better understand what a jailbreak concept is, what sword and bob is, and how we're able to execute it, excuse me. And then over here, I'm going to bring it to life for you. Okay? So the first key term is the front itself. Number one, it's 58 up. So non-subscribers, if you go to my third down pass situation pressure package playlist, this is the basis of it. Okay, 58 up. We walk up our linebackers. They stay in a two-point stance, but we cover up all five offensive linemen, which immediately impacts the protection. What we have found over the years is that we usually get straight man, okay, and in some cases we get a full slide with a back on the edge. All right, so what I'm going to do before I even go through the other key terms, I'm just going to put us in. We'll put the offense in, I should say, straight man protection. So that would mean tackles on the ends, guards on the linebackers, centers on the island with the nose. Okay? So how do we determine, what side does what? Well, let's start with the following. We line up left to right. That's how we line up. Boom, done. Okay, which really simplifies everything else. Okay, starting with how to line up. The kids don't have to think much, right? You want to play fast with their feet? Make it so they can play fast right here, right? So because of that, the bob's going to be on the left, which means the sword's got to be on the other side. So when we combine two separate concepts to create jailbreak, one concept's on the right, the other concept's on the left. Okay? So therefore, since the sword's on the right, it's going to be a Ringo. And why is that the case? Well, let me start to talk to you now about what a jailbreak concept is. Okay? In a jailbreak concept, we combine the prisoner game, which is a four-man pass rush line stunt, okay, with a plug blitz. So non-subscribers, go to my prisoner game playlist and go to my plug family blitz playlist, and it'll make a lot more sense, right? So the key is, in order to not put in the 3-4, the only guy who's a part of both sides, your zero technique nose. In order to prevent putting him into conflict, like, well, coach, now I do this for this part, and now I'm wrong on this, right? In order to avoid that, what we do is we say the nose is a part of the first call. Okay? Nose is a part of the first call. So in our teaching progression in the spring, preseason, throughout the fall, that's where we start. Okay? So the defensive line coach, when he's teaching their portion of, in this case, sword, in this case, jailbreak concept, okay, it's very clear. Nose, you go with the first call, which is sword. Okay? And so now as a result, he doesn't have to think. He just executes what he does in a sword, which I'm going to both explain here and then show you over here. And now, me as the coach, it's my job to package a plug blitz that doesn't make the nose wrong, right? Doesn't put him in conflict. And that's not hard to do, right? I mean, that's where the coaching comes in. So you need to go through your pressure inventory and whatever you call your concepts. You take one, match another one that in your 3-4, decide where the nose is going to go ahead of time and keep it consistent like us, first call. And then match up the second part of it, whatever the concept is, that doesn't make the nose wrong. That's our job as coaches, okay? And that's how we accomplish it. So then the sword game, right? Nose and the mic, they're the penetrators. See, in a prisoner game, and actually in all of our pass rush games, first means they penetrate. Second means they're the looper. That means they go behind the penetrator and then they read. And we always give them a designated blocker to read. Okay? So the nose is first, the mic is first. Okay, they're both the penetrators. The stud, second, right? He's the loop and read. He's the loop and read. And I'm going to show that to you in a second. Okay? The end over here, speed rush C gap. The backer, right? Anything that begins with the letter B, it's the backer. So if you notice, right? 5 different defenders, 5 different letters. That's also a part of our system. So non-subscribers, you'll have to push that button. Okay? He's going to execute a bob, which is the plug and B gap. Okay? So now let's put this thing to work here, right? Let's show it to you. So when they're a penetrator, the term we use is they got to stab the gap, which means get vertical now. We're executing a game trying to get the pass protectors on different levels to open up rush lanes, right? So the nose is going to stab a gap through the near edge of the guard. The mic is going to stab B gap through the near edge of the tackle, and the mic has to work for cage, right? You got to always make sure you have cage on both sides. So again, non-subscribers, you have to push the button as to what cage is. I think you probably can figure it out though, right? Okay, so then now we get to the stud. So he's going to take one step, and then he's going to loop, which means he's going to go butt side of the 2 penetrators. I'm just using dashed lines so it's easier to see, right? And then he reads the center. So the center is going to be pulled with the nose, right? So therefore, he's going to loop butt side, which would be the opposite A gap. If for some reason the center didn't do that, then it's going to be the near A gap. So to simplify, we say loop and read, right? Your A, get into your A, unless centers to you, opposite A. Okay, and we do that because we'll execute sword in things other than the up package, right? So it's your A, unless, then it's opposite A. So it's an A gap. Over here, speed rush, he has cage, right? So we got cage on both sides. And now as you've seen in other presentations, we punch out, shuffle, shuffle, right? So the guard thinks he's in coverage. Well, now all of a sudden, the backer's just blowing up the B gap because he's plugging it. So that means the guard's got to be ready for everything, okay, including this situation. So what usually happens is this A gap, okay, the opposite A gap of the stud is wide open. So even if there's a back of the protection, he's got a lot of people stabbing up the field that will show long before the stud. And what we've had happen more often than not is the stud is unblocked in that opposite A gap. And remember, it's third down. It's a pass situation. So the quarterback steps up. He's stepping up right into that stud. So as I said at the beginning, thank you for watching MGS Coaching Football. To subscribers and non-subscribers alike, any questions, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com because I would love to talk football.